Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm talking about the 2-hour episode of Once Upon a Time. Was it worth being 2 hours? Why is it 2 hours? Let's talk about it. So, as I said, it was a 2-hour episode, and you think they would, wrap up the Frozen storyline. They don't quite do that here. But we actually get a chance of seeing more storylines from other characters, which is something I've been complaining about throughout my reviews, is that we haven't seen enough Regina, and we're just starting to see more of Emma, and we're still not seeing that much of Snow White and Charming. You get to see a little of them. But let's go character by character what's going on here. Let's talk about Snow Queen. We get to see a little bit of background of what happened to Elsa and why she came to Storybrooke and how she ended up being in that vase. And we find out what happened to Anna back then and where she is now. Pretty much, she's frozen with Kristoff. Because this is all part of the Ice Queen's plan. And now Rumple, you're seeing him turn more to the dark side because of power. And Ice Queen and Rumple are going against each other. And Ice Queen thinks she's gonna win. She wants family in a crazy way, and Rumple just wants power, like I said. He wants to control everything, which we've seen in previous episodes. That's what he wanted, and he wanted to take away Emma's powers. It didn't quite work, and now we get to see that the Snow Queen, sorry, I always say the Ice Queen, the Snow Queen, she has the powers of Elsa and Emma, because Emma has now accepted her powers, because after she wanted to take them away, Elsa's like, hey, you should keep these powers, this is part of you, and her family accepts her, everyone's happy, except now, again, they had this bond. Side story, what's going on with Regina is that she's trying to find her happily ever after. That's been the story throughout the whole season, and now we find out that this is possible. She just has to keep doing good things, and she might get her happily ever after. So she kind of disproves the fact of villains never getting the happily ever after, which I was happy to see. Again, that's pretty much a side story, but at least we get to see some more Regina. And that's what happens this episode for 2 hours. What did I think? I don't think this should have been 2 hours. Maybe because I just have so many shows on Sundays that I like the 1 hour Once Upon a Time. 2 hours was honestly a little bit too much. I was obviously had my attention span throughout the whole 2 hours, which is great. There's great storylines throughout the whole entire 2 hours, but I don't really understand why they just didn't have this week. Maybe I know Thanksgiving's next week, so that's probably why they don't have it. But have the other episode later. I don't really get it. I don't know why they had to make this 2 hours when Resurrection's not 2 hours, or Revenge is not 2 hours. I thought this would be the ending of the Frozen storyline, which, as much as I love Frozen, wearing my Frozen shirt today, I think is going a little bit too much. It's making us have less of a story with characters like Regina, Emma, Snow, Charming, that we haven't seen them at all this season. They hardly talk, and we saw a bit of Henry here, but as much as I love this Frozen storyline, I think it really could have been wrapped up here. But I do think it's leading into different things with Rumple, which I'm excited about. And I think the Snow Queen has been a good villain. And I think they're waiting until the mid-season to end this story. I don't think this is going to be a whole season. I don't know where it's going to go after this, but I don't think Frozen's going to be a whole season. But I do think we have some interesting things here. My favorite scene of the episode had to be the Elsa, Emma scene where Emma truly accepts her powers, and it's kind of a reversal. It brings a lot of themes of what the movie Frozen was about, and we get to see that Emma finally accepts her powers, and Elsa's like, even though I love my sister, she's not the only reason I can control my powers. It's to love yourself. And I thought that was a good moment between those two characters, especially since Elsa really never liked herself, and she's finally accepting herself, while Emma's accepting herself also, which she's never really had a problem with accepting herself. But I guess she did, because, the whole entire not being wanted feeling, I guess because she didn't have her parents in her life. So I guess she's overcoming that barrier with her powers. But yeah, that was my favorite part out of the Emma and Elsa scene. But Regina, Regina's awesome here. I love her being a hero. I love this redemption path, and it was great to see her for a longer period of time. period of time. She has some great moments with Henry, healing him. Yeah, Regina's always the MVP, and it's always great to see her. But it's a shame because there's so much Frozen storyline going on, and such, you know, the big story going on. You don't get to see these great secondary character moments as often, but because we get the 2-hour episode, you do see somewhat of Regina having a story, like I said, which is great. So I don't know where this season's going to go and where it's going to end, but I like the episode. But again, I think they shouldn't have had the 2-hour episode. If they are going to end the Frozen storyline here, I'd be like, okay, let's have the 2-hour episode. But they didn't. And also, Anna's frozen. I don't know how to feel about that. Is she going to be saved? Are they going to go back to Arendelle? I don't know, but there's a lot of unanswered questions. But please tell me in the comments below what you think. Of course, I'll have another review for Once Upon a Time 2 weeks from now, because that's the next episode. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic You Know in the right situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.